everyone and welcome. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm Alina Ghost, and in case you're new here, I post videos around motherhood, bilingual living, lots of stuff on reusable nappies, but apart from that I also do things on makeovers, clean with me's. So if you're interested, I'd love to have you with us, so please do consider subscribing. And today it's exciting because I'm going to show you how we've redecorated our home office. So this is the room that we're in. First I'm going to explain why we did it, and then I'm going to show you the before and afters, which I know everybody loves so much. So firstly, the reason I wanted to change the office is because we started spending a lot of time in this room. As you know, coronavirus has happened, so that means we had to spend a lot more time at home, but not only that, we also had to start working from home, so that meant we needed the office a lot more. It turned into a little bit of a junk room with like furniture in here that we didn't want and wanted to just like give away. And apart from that, also there's like books, there's like bric-a-brac, you know, things that you don't need that are left in the corners. But we also had a chest of drawers that was disgusting. It was just full of wires that we didn't need, so it was very nice to do a little sort out. So when it came to working from home, my husband, he is somebody who was used to working from the office full time. So having to flip that and work from home full time, it has been a little bit difficult. So like the stuff and the junk aside, this room was also very dark. We had a very dark room. When I first redecorated it, I think it was about 6 years ago, I wanted like the whole like library vibe, I guess. I wanted it to be dark. I wanted it to be cozy. I wanted like a whole shelf full of books. I learnt very quickly that we didn't have time to sit here and read those books. So unfortunately, yes, I had to change it up, and I wanted it to be a lot lighter. Luckily, we were gifted these products, so paint and like the painting kit by Lick, so you will see more on that later. So it was a great opportunity to be able to do this really quickly. Bank holiday was coming up, so I ended up doing it in 2-3 days and it was done, and I'm so happy. No, it's not in its finished state. As you can see behind me, the shelves are mostly empty. I only have one picture frame up behind me. The other thing is I wanted to build out a whole section to put my studio things in. So I mean like lighting, the camera that I'm using at the moment, because it is quite bulky. It does take up a lot of space, and I wanted it in here somehow, but I've not decided how yet. So that's going to be a completely different episode in the future. So make sure that you're subscribed if you're interested to see how that turns out. This episode I'm going to be focusing on the redecorating, so the primer, the painting, the sorting out of the stuff as well, so I'll show you that too, but also how and what kind of stuff I used to repaint, how I made it a lot easier to do these jobs, and I really hope that this helps you along the way with your redecorating. So let me talk a little bit about the colour. I've mentioned the fact that we started out with a really dark colour, but as you can see behind me, it's actually a really nice beige now. But not only is it beige, so Lick called it a beige 01, I think it is, not the 02. I think I had samples of like the 01 and 02, and actually this one that we've repainted has been the most popular. So I put it up on my Instagram stories, and you guys on a poll said that you preferred this colour, so this is the colour that I went with. And I had 3 choices. I had a darker colour, I had this beige, and then I had a white as well. So I listened to you guys and we went for this colour. But not only is it beige, but it's also a little bit olive green. I love the fact that it's like a cottagey feel. It's quite like natural, and it's quite a surprise because I didn't expect it to be like to have a green tinge to it, but it certainly did come out really nice, and it fits perfectly in this room. In fact, I love this colour so much that I'm thinking about redecorating my kitchen and my cupboard doors in this colour because it's so beautiful. Ultimately, as I said, this room isn't finished two main things that I wanted to change as well, apart from the lampshade and the lamp, because you can't really see it, is the fact that I wanted to change the curtains and the floor as well. So with the floor, I think we decided to go for a different carpet, so I'm looking forward to that. So lots more to do, but in the meantime, let's just get started with the redecorating. So this is the colour that I chose in the end. So it's beige 01. So hopefully you'll see it properly. So I did a poll on Instagram and you guys chose this one. This was the most popular one by far. I think only one person chose the white one and only a couple of people chose the darker one, but this one got the majority vote. Even the packaging is biodegradable. I love that. So everything that's come in the box is actually going to be recycled or biodegraded, which is awesome. So I'm going to show you all the bits that I got. You saw the paint, but I also have a roller with this smooth operator. Excuse my singing. Which goes on here like this, I believe. Just need to squish it on a little bit and then push it in. Nice. You can tell that it's good quality. It's not like your cheap rubbish, nearly swore then, cheap rubbish from B&Q. Sorry B&Q. But I do end up getting a lot of cheap rubbish in B&Q. So I think I got a roller for under £5 before. But you can tell that this is so much better quality, like it's so much more robust. And when it comes on, I can tell that it's not actually going to fall off like my other rollers do. It's my own fault for being a cheapskate, but nonetheless, I thought I'd mention it. Also, I love the fact that this comes with Velcro. Isn't that awesome? And then a really good quality brush. And this is going to be so useful. So this whole kit, so from the tray, the roller, the brush and the tape, is a starter pack, I believe, or like a kit for painting. So a painting kit that you can get, so you don't have to actually get all the separate bits together, separately I mean. So you get everything together in the one pack. And you don't have to worry about it. I'm about to start painting the room, but to do that I need to clear the room. So you'll see that in the office I've got quite a lot there. I'm going to wait for the big stuff for Chris. So when it comes to furniture, obviously I can't move it all on my own. So I'm going to try and clear out as much as I can until he comes back. So that brings me nicely to say that actually they've gone on their dad walks, as Chris calls them. So he's taken the boys out for about an hour or two. So I'm hoping that I can get that done very quickly. And then we get that furniture out, and I want to do the primer today. So basically, because it's such a dark colour, I want to paint it light. So I've got a white in the garage already, so I'm going to do that. And I've got a box, as you can see, a plastic box. I'm going to just like shove as much as I can in there. The other thing is I've got a couple of furniture bits that I actually want to just get rid of. I'm going to put it on Facebook Marketplace. The stuff that's inside, I'm not quite sure what to do with yet, so I'm sure I'll get there when I get there. Either I'm going to put it in the attic, the garage, or it's going to go into the charity shop, because clearly, like, we don't really use that stuff anymore, do we? So hopefully you guys are with me on this. Anyway, excuse the hair. I was just going to say the fact that because it's been so sunny and so hot that I've been outside and enjoying myself. But as I've got that couple of hours, I'm going to get cracking. I'm going to stay indoors. But don't worry, before I start painting, I will get changed as well. So quickly wanted to show you what it's looking like at the moment. This carpet will be going, but not this weekend. So unfortunately, we didn't actually think about the floor, like what we're going to do with the floor. But I think my other half suggested that we get a new carpet. I think we decided on a carpet rather than like a flat floor, as in like a laminate. Just because when there's the desk and the chair, especially the chair, and we're using it so much for like an office right now, that's like our second screen. I know it's an old TV, but it's the fact that we think it's going to squeak quite a lot. And I work in terms of like, I do my YouTube stuff in the evenings at night time. So obviously Aiden's asleep in the next room. So it's just making sure that actually it doesn't wake him up either. So yeah, we've decided on the carpet. That's gonna go, I think either it's going to go back into the bedroom. I don't know if Chris wants it anymore, or I'm going to get rid of it. This is definitely getting sorted out. I've got like the sewing machine there, I've got the printer. I don't actually know what to do with the other bits. Either it's going to go into the attic for now anyway. There's like a purifier that we are yet to try out. I think, well, my other half has hay fever, so that's quite an interesting one. Sorry, that's a bit of a tangent. Yeah, so this is the colour that you guys chose on Instagram. So in terms of like the favourites, I think it was beige 01. So that's the colour that we went for. This one was actually my favourite, but only one person chose it. My other half didn't care. And then I think nobody picked that. I'm not quite sure. So it's quite an interesting mix actually, that everybody went for the middle. So I'm hopeful that you guys have done a really good choice, and I can't wait to see this transformed. Anyway, this is the section probably that's going to take me the longest. As you can see, I've got a ladder here, but I might actually just stick it under the bed in the bedroom and see whether it just like slots in nicely. It's a new ladder as well. It's actually the one that we use for the attic, which is just up here. Yeah, so just get rid of that, see if there's anything else that I can give away. Obviously there's nappies that I was going to give to a friend. This is not much I can do with it. It moves from one room to the next room. It's just we've got quite a small house, so I don't know where to put it really. We don't have a utility room or anything, so maybe one day, but at the moment it's here. But I'm going to stick it in the bedroom whilst I do the redecorating in here. And then in terms of this, I don't know whether I'm going to be a little bit lazy and just leave the stuff in the drawers and just get Chris to help me move that out. It's going to be temporarily in Aiden's room, I think. So yeah, wish me luck. What I've done is make a few piles, some to throw away, some to either put downstairs because it's to give to someone, or to put in the charity bags in the garage. I've also got like boxes and like caddies, I guess you can call them, for like my sewing bits, and just like things in boxes, so that's going to go straight into the attic without me having to worry about it. I've got lots of bits in the box as well. Most of it's memorabilia as well as books, so it's quite difficult to know like where to put it, but I'm going to have like a huge sort out in the attic when I come to it, because there's a lot there. At the moment though, I've got like the sewing machine. If you've got any ideas of what I can do with my sewing machine in this office space, please do tell me, because I just don't know how to store it, and I don't know if I just like it just sitting there in the corner on the floor at the moment. So I've got to think about that one. This is going, I'm going to put it on Marketplace, as I've said already, and then the other bits is going to go in the attic whilst we do the redecorating, so it doesn't get in the way. Nearly done, as you can see, which is awesome. But quick tip around actually how you throw away stuff. So one of the YouTubers that I watch, she's a minimalist and she's like sorting things out constantly, and one of the things that I learned from her is to put away anything that you give to charity in a black bag. And the reason for that is so that you don't change your mind like last minute, and it's a really great way to get rid of everything without feeling quite sentimental about things, and actually keeping the items that bring you joy and things that you don't necessarily need or want, and then all of a sudden if you see it you're like, oh, actually I should keep it. So just in case that happens, just pop it into a black bag like I've done here. Recycling's that, so that's like a clear bag. But we've actually had like bin men who have been on strike for like 2 months, so that's not great, but it means like we've got so many bags in the garage, in the garden even, to throw away. So that's just gonna pile up until we can sort it out, until the bin men come again. Woof! So I'm sweating, but as you can see, I've done such a good job in here, taken off everything off the shelves, and those books really took it out of me, like putting it into the attic, because it's like a sauna up there anyway. It's so hot, it's so hot outside. I'm like going up and down the ladder, so yeah, I'm out of breath too, but yeah, I'm sweating, so apologies for that. But essentially I need to sort out these bits, because you know when you just forget. I've sorted out everything else, but I forgot the bits on the shelf, on the windowsill rather. Need to wait for Christopher to see how I can sort these bits out. Probably just pop them into the desk and then move this table out. I'll ask what he wants to do about that one. I personally would like to get rid of it, so we'll see. The boys came back and I've got a little helper. So what I'm going to do is sort out this, and I've asked Chris and it's going. So we're taking everything out of the chest of drawers and basically putting it on my Facebook Marketplace, as I've said earlier. So let's get to it. I'm about to start priming finally. I'm in like my painting stuff, so excuse the scruffy look. I also like to paint in my gloves, so yeah. I don't know if you guys are the same, but I just hate the feeling of paint on my hands. So just for ease, I wear gloves. The other thing is we thought actually we don't need to move the furniture out of the room in order to move it back before we go to bed and then move it out tomorrow to actually paint the colour, you know, once the primer has finished drying. So we thought maybe we just like move it side to side, so excuse the fact that the furniture is going to be in here, but I'm hoping that you're going to see what I'm doing anyway. I'm going to start in this corner and I'm not sure which way to go, but let's see where it takes me. The other thing I was going to mention about lick paint is the fact that I only use one pot. So it's about this big, I'm in a box room, and it was perfect. Yes, I had like a little bit left at the bottom, which is going to be really useful for retouching, especially as my baby boy, who's 14 months old now, called Aiden, he loves to like get into mischief. And recently he started getting into paints and pens and pencils, so I'm sure we'll have to be doing a few retouches here and there to make sure that everything looks as nice as it should do. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you have any ideas as to how I can redecorate this room, what I can add to the shelves, I'd love to hear it. I know that my other half wants to add more memorabilia, more paintings, perhaps something to go on the wall. So I know that he's got like a boxing poster, like framed, that's signed as well, which is pretty cool, with Joshua, in case you're interested in boxing. So we definitely want that on the wall as well. So we're just thinking about the bits that we can add here and there. Anyway, plenty of work to do still, but I'm really glad how it turned out. It's such a nice colour. It brings a different vibe to this room. It opens it up, it makes it a lot bigger. So it's very much nicer to be in this room, especially when we're working here so much. We're spending a lot of time in here, so it's really lovely to sort this room out. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope that you like this room as much as we do. Until next time, thanks so much.